it's your turn to
Oh, is it for me?
consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT,
And I'm Drew.
and we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired. Yeah.
Of course, the first thing I do is cough.
Yeah, we're used to that here on the show.
Yeah, sorry about that. Welcome back, bud. It's been a while. I guess we can say that, right?
Yeah. It's been quite the adventure this past couple weeks, that's for sure.
It sure has. And for everybody listening, we actually had to stop recording for a little bit due to
Coronavirus.
Yeah, man. I kind of wanna go into it because you and I had different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about how the coronavirus affected you, and then I'll go into how it affected me.
Yeah, sure thing. By
the way, for the record, you're because you gave it to me.
We can't prove that. It's like 99.98% positive that that's how it happened, but you can't prove anything.
Yeah, can't prove it unless
I'm going to absolve all responsibility.
Yeah, Democrat. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. So get back on subject. Coronavirus, man. We both got it confirmed.
We both got it for sure. And I remember initially I was feeling kind of dizzy. At work. We were sitting there at work. We had just got back from lunch. And as the afternoon progressed, I remember feeling kind of dizzy, starting to feel a little bit out of it. I had gone and take a Mondo Duke, and it just, nothing felt normal or right. You know, you can sense when something's a little off, and that's what I was feeling. And I remember I came by your office, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna head out. I'm just not feeling it right now. And
didn't feel sick. You just kind of felt off.
Yeah, felt off. Like I was saying, kind of dizzy. Just not sure something's going on, but I don't know what. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna work out. Try to sweat it out a little bit. See what happens.
Yeah.
And
best thing to do.
Well, yeah, and I remember that workout actually did not go so well. You know, I've just felt real lethargic. As I was progressing in the workout, and I remember I cut it kind of short because I just felt like all of a sudden, like, I have no energy. This isn't very productive. Like, this just needs to stop.
Right.
Excuse me. And the next day I just felt worse. The next day, I continued to feel worse, and I had taken an at-home COVID test. I felt bad, like I didn't want to get out or anything. And my symptoms, I was, at this point, I was coughing, I was having high fevers, like crazy, like up to 103.
Jesus.
And then my fever would come down, and then it would go back up, and it would go down and up, and just this roller coaster. And,
did you take any medication to kind of bring it down, or are you just all natural?
All natural for that one. And it didn't feel terrible. I felt bad and just super drained of energy. But, I didn't, I still had my taste. I still had my smell. I just was drained out of nowhere. And Thursday, I got my results saying, hey, yep, you're positive. And I had to let you know, and I had let my office know, and everybody at work, all that stuff. And then I remember Friday, I was talking to you via text, and you weren't feeling well.
Yeah. But we'll get into me later.
We'll
continue on down your road.
So it was probably Saturday or so of that week when I lost my smell and my taste. And I think by Sunday or Monday, I started to feel a little better, actually. So I kind of thought, hey, I'm on the heels of this thing. This is great. And
So let
then
me stop you there. Do you live under a rock? You do understand that 5 days and then it just like you go south quick. Like that was the trend. That's what the mainstream media said. Oh, they feel good. You get the fevers for a couple days and then you feel better, and then like by the 5th day you're just like downhill. Everybody's in the hospital dying.
No, yeah, I live under a pretty big rock because I wasn't tracking any of that.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And yeah, I went downhill quick and was coughing like crazy. I was coughing up. You have your regular, like, you cough up mucus sometimes when you're not feeling good or whatever. But this was
Right.
like really dark in color and
Kind of like tar.
yeah, kind of like
Kinda
tar.
like you smoked a whole carton of cigarettes.
Got the black lung, Pop.
Hey man, when I was smoking, I was coughing up that cramp.
Well, I remember I was coughing that up when I came back from Kandahar for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
But,
the burn stuff.
Yeah, from the burn pit, all that crap in my lungs. But yeah, man, I couldn't shake it. It was pretty terrible. And then we ended up getting had the doctor call in a COVID care pack, is what they were calling it, and it had a bunch of different vitamins like zinc and vitamin C and D3 and I don't remember, like a few other things to help boost your immune system. And
Anything for sleep.
yeah, they did put some melatonin in there for sleep. But really, that's the only thing I had. That, and I was taking extra strength or max strength Dayquil, NyQuil for like severe cold and flu.
Mm-hmm.
Finished off a bottle of that, and that seemed to help with the coughing for a little bit.
Did you put it on the rocks?
No. Took that baby all natural. Can't taste anything, but
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
it coats the throat real nice, like
Oh yeah.
help the coughing for a few hours, and then you gotta take some more.
Yeah.
But
by a few hours, you mean every 20 minutes?
yeah, just about. But I ended up going to the ER because I thought I had pneumonia, and my doctor wanted them to check it out. And the ER doctor, 5 hours later, was, in my opinion, helpless. Not helpless. Didn't help at all. But I guess from the outside looking in, I don't know. Basically, he just said, yeah, your doctor's an idiot. You have pneumonia. But there's nothing we can do for you. So just go home and take Tylenol. Take Tylenol around the clock.
Which is, I'm not a doctor. I can't give out medical advice.
Sure.
But from a personal, from me to anybody who's listening, don't do that.
No, yeah, don't do that.
I found out that too much Tylenol can kill your liver. So, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lots of research says not to do that, so I don't know why that's their solution. But so the next day I was still feeling really terrible. My wife was really upset because they did nothing at the ER. My oxygen had fallen pretty low for me, but it never broke 90.
Okay.
So I would get down to about 90, and then it would go back up and back down and up and down. Went to the ER again the next day, different location, and this time we only waited for like 3 hours. And it was the same story. The doc comes in and he's like, "Okay, yeah. So what's different today?" Yep. He goes, "Well, there's nothing we can do. You just have to go home and ride it out." So yeah, my wife was really upset. And I just continued to take that COVID care pack, all those vitamins, and rest at home. And it was probably about 2 days after that I started to kind of feel more like myself. However, let me put in there that my wife was like force feeding me, and making me hydrate and all this stuff. So that did definitely helped bring me back to life, so to speak, because it was bad. I mean, I didn't want to get out of bed. I wasn't eating. I might have like a sip or two of water throughout the day. I mean, I didn't want to lift my head. I didn't want to do anything. My tongue was turning white or gray or I don't know, some light color. It was pretty bad. She got me all nursed up, and I'm slowly getting my appetite back. I still have no smell, still have no taste. My recommendation would be, if you're in this boat, definitely take all those vitamins, the D3, the vitamin C, the zinc. If they prescribe
we can make a list for people.
Yeah, we can make a list and we can post it. And I would definitely stay hydrated. If you like Gatorade or Powerade, water, and just try to force yourself to eat at least a little bit so you don't feel too...
I've heard Pedialyte's pretty good too.
Yeah. So you can get some nutrients, keep them going in your body, and keep some energy and whatnot. I heard getting out in the sunlight is good also. Just getting some of that exposure.
See, I went out in the sun and it made me nauseous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing.
That's the other thing. I wasn't nauseous, but a couple times it would just hit me out of nowhere. Like I could feel it in my stomach, and it's one of those like, okay, is this going to be diarrhea or what? Because my stomach is super active right now. And then you could just feel it like, nope, this is coming up. And boom, there it goes. And I mean, it wasn't just like once or twice. It'd be 3 or 4 times in a session, if you will. So yeah, I mean, I was losing fluids all kinds of ways. But don't trust a cough. Don't trust a fart. Don't trust a burp. I found out that that can do it too. If I wasn't in bed or in the shower, and sometimes even in the shower, I was probably on the toilet contemplating life at that point.
Yeah, praying to God.
Yeah,
just take me now.
But yeah, that was my experience. It got pretty bad for me. I've not been that sick in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah. A couple of years ago, or a year ago, maybe, I can remember being super sick, not being able to smell, not being able to taste, having a high fever, having a sore throat, coughing, all the stuff. Went into the ER, and they were like, go schedule a COVID test for the next day. And they were like, but from what we can see, you just have bronchitis. And when you looked at the checklist or the symptoms list or whatever, like I had everything on the list.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's bronchitis. So they gave me a penicillin shot, and it did help. But and at that time, my COVID test came back negative. But I was like, there's no way I don't have it.
Right. Was that right around the time that your wife got it? Or was that before?
This was after.
Oh, it was after. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but that was my experience. So go ahead and
I'm going to start out by, So that being said, I think you were out on a Monday is last time.
Yeah, Monday afternoon I left.
And I got your text message Friday morning because I think you sent it like Thursday late is when you got yours. And Friday morning, I woke up and I was like, oh man, that really sucks. And from Monday evening up until Friday morning, I constantly texted you, hey, you need anything, please let me know. And for my thing is like mac and cheese. Like if I'm sick, I like mac and cheese. You're supposed to have milk when you're sick, but I like mac and cheese. So I'm like, man, can I get you some mac and cheese, some green beans, or trying to be funny, trying to get you to laugh, but at the same time, that's what I like. So Friday morning, I went to work and I actually got there pretty early, about 7:00, and Walked in and I woke up that morning, I kind of felt off, but it wasn't like a, oh, hey, you're coming down with something. It was like, please, like maybe you didn't get enough sleep, because I think I woke up at like 3:30 that morning.
Oh, wow.
And I just kind of felt off. Yeah, I just kind of felt off, and I'm having coffee and, just kind of doing my thing, my morning routine, and getting the baby situated and ready, getting the kids ready for school, and then I leave early and drop the baby off at the caregivers and go to work. And I'm just kind of off. I'm not sick. I'm just off. So I stay at work, kind of do things, and then I go back to your text message, and I started thinking, and I wonder if I am coming down with something. I don't feel like I am, but I feel like I'm not feeling right. So, and I think a lot of people were out golfing that day or something. I was like, you know what I'm going to do is maybe paranoid, because sometimes I get that way too. I just get paranoid when other people are sick and I've been around them. Not that I'm like, oh, you have bronchitis, I've got it too. I'm not that crazy, but
Right.
but I just didn't feel right. So I messaged our site lead, hey, you came back positive. I'm going to go ahead and just take the day because I'm not feeling right. And that was a conversation within itself. And I'll put in time. I think I took like the rest of the day. I had been at work for like 2 hours. And I was like, man, I'll just take the rest of the day. So I go back to my truck and I call you and I'm like, hey man, what were your symptoms? And you told me, and I was like, oh, crap. And as I'm driving home, I'm not getting any better, but I'm not getting any worse. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just I didn't get any sleep. Maybe I'm just super tired. So I come home, I take a nap, and I wake up, and I have 102 temp.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Yep.
So I go in to the walk-in clinic. Well, as I'm driving into the walk-in clinic, I start feeling like I'm going to have a heart attack. And I've had one before, so I kind of know what the symptoms are, at least for me. I guess they're different for everybody, but for me, it's these particular symptoms. And so all these red flags were firing off, and I was like, oh, no. Like, there's no way I can have one. I get to the parking lot, call the number, because they do Rona tests in the parking lot. And when the lady comes out and gives tickles my nose with her Q-tip, I told her, I was like, hey, I'm trying to shake this, but it's not really working out. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. It's starting in my chest and going down my arm. And she asked questions and whatnot. And she goes, okay, this is kind of concerning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up your Rona test, and then I need you to drive across the street, because I was just right across the street from the hospital. Okay. So I get there. Wait. Oh, God, I don't know. I think I got there about 2 something. And they do the EKG, and they do all this stuff, and about 5 o'clock, I walked out, because they were like, there's nothing we can do. It's all Rona. Okay. Got a call. I was positive. So I let everybody know I was positive. And then I went and I picked up a tent. An actual a camping
Like
tent.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say camping tent. Okay.
Yeah, with a camping tent. And because I have a 3-bedroom house, and I have 5 people that live in this house. I got to do math. And I have nowhere to sleep. I have nowhere to quarantine myself, because I can't kick somebody out of their room, because I'm going to have to like super sanitize it after I'm done dying. So I get the bright idea to go get a camping tent. I got a $30 tent. I got I think it was like a $30 cot and a cot pad. And I popped that crap up in my living room, man, and I went there for the weekend. I'm not going to lie. That whole weekend, I thought it was like 2 weeks. I thought Saturday was the first week and Sunday was the second week. Like time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what day it was. I had fevers, on and off fevers. But the one thing that I did do, because I am, again, and I did say I'm not a genius, I put the rain fly on the tent, because I figured if I'm breathing, the rain fly will catch most of what I'm breathing out and not go down and get everybody else infected. Again, I'm not a genius, but it made sense in my head at the time. So I'm in this tent, and it's like, I don't know, 70 degrees in my house with the fans going. Probably not. It was probably a little warmer than that. In the tent, it's like 90 degrees in there. It's like a damn sauna.
Jeez.
So the whole weekend, I'm just sweating. I'm sweating. By the time Monday comes rolling around after my fever stops, for the main portion of it, I feel like my ribs are bruised, my knees are bruised, both sides, because I'm getting on and off the tent, and also when I get sick, I take lots of showers because I feel like I'm just really super dirty.
Yeah.
I take about 3 or 4 showers a day, just
the showers help open you up and all that too, and you feel fresh.
Yeah. So anyways, excuse me. By Monday, I'm out of the tent and I'm sleeping on my chair because there's no way I can sleep on that cot anymore.
Oh,
and I feel fine. I haven't had like bad symptoms since. Like I think last weekend, I think I got like a 101.5 temperature, but it was like for 2 hours and it just kind of went away. It was just out of nowhere. I fevered everything out over the weekend, and I think by Tuesday I lost my taste and smell and everything.
Mm-hmm.
By the following weekend after I had that fever, I got it all back.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's taken a couple days to actually get it all back, but I now have everything. Like, I can taste and smell everything now. So,
it's a blessing and a curse.
It is. The curse part of it is when it starts to come back because everything is off. Like,
oh, really?
Dude, it is trying to get your taste buds back. It is brutal because you know what things are supposed to taste like. Like we went out and got, or I didn't go out, but my partner went out and got Chick-fil-A, right? And it tasted like a steaming pile of just cow manure. I mean, it was bad. But I ate the whole thing because I was like, I know what it's supposed to taste like. I just mustered through that thing because I'm like, it's supposed to taste good. But I thought I was eating like a big, hot, steaming plate of cow manure. Oh, it was bad. And everything. What else? I think we made like lasagna one time. And I couldn't finish it. I thought I was going to throw up. God, it was bad. God, it was bad. Man. Everything tastes bad. Yeah, so it's a...
Well, I guess I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a blessing you don't have your taste buds now, but when they start coming back, man, your appetite's going to go away because everything's like, tastes like salsa.
Yeah.
And pardon my French, I'm trying not to. You can cut that one out. Everything's going to taste like just straight cow manure. And it's... For me, it only lasts a day, but I mean, I was doing some research, and there's a lot of people that when this stuff starts coming back, it'll last about 2 or 3 weeks. And they have a hard time. Yeah, they have a hard time trying to eat things.
One of the things the doctor told me was that, like feeling pretty weak and whatnot. I guess his assistant or whoever the girl was that was following him around, she was still feeling weak for a couple months after she was all 100% better.
Yeah. Yeah. Having a lack of energy that's still my thing. I just don't feel, I don't feel motivated to do things like I would normally.
Yeah.
It's, however, I do have to give a little background about this. I got this sick back in December of 2019, and I think I might have had the Rona then.
That's when you tried that bat soup, isn't it?
It was bad. It was about as, I don't know. I was out for 2 weeks, just straight sick. And then after that, it took me about until fall to completely just get better. So I got it in the winter, and then by the fall of 2020 is when I started feeling better. And I think like going out.
Wait, that's like that's almost a
Almost
whole
a
year.
almost a year. However,
Yeah.
the reason it took so long, and this is just my mindset, is because when I originally got it, I didn't have medical insurance, so I didn't see anybody, and I didn't take care of myself like I should have. I quarantined for the whole time I had a fever, and I had a fever for about a week and a half. And it was no taste, no nothing. I couldn't do anything, but I figured it was just a really bad sinus infection or whatever with a ear infection because I couldn't hear anything either. So, and that was really bad. And when I mean by the fall of the following years, when I started feeling better, that's when I got rid of all my symptoms: the coughing, the runny nose, the little things is when everything stopped. So when I got it, or supposedly again, but when I got it confirmed and I sweated it out for 2 days, and I've been fine ever since. Minor things here or there. I think it was because I've probably had the antibodies, and it just didn't affect me as much as it didn't affect me as much as it did you. And I felt bad, man. I think I felt bad texting you as much as I did, and texting your wife as much as I did. I really tried not to bug her because I knew she was already stressed with having to deal with you. But I just wanted to make
you're not wrong.
I just wanted to make it clear to everybody that if you needed some mac and cheese or some green beans or whatever, man, you just let me know and I'll drop it off. I'll play ding dong ditch. I don't care.
You've been practicing, huh?
I have been practicing. I'd be short of breath by the time I got from the street to your house.
Yeah,
20
man,
steps.
That's no joke though. The shortness of breath, that was one of my things, symptoms. Yeah. And I mean, going from like laying down in bed to sitting up and being short of breath, like holy crap.
It's the craziest thing ever. That's what I was doing in the tent. I'm not gonna lie, dude, I was doing sit-ups. Not like workout sit-ups, like sit-ups trying to get off the cot because I'm like, I'm too fat. And then I'd sit up and I'd be like,
yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, so you're doing better now?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, as bad as this whole experience has been, in the first 2.5 days, I lost about 11 pounds.
I'm sorry to hear that, but congratulations, because I know you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah. But
your 11 pounds, was that your soul or just,
I think it was a little bit of everything.
That you eat.
Yeah, because I had stopped eating. I was pooping my brains out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a great weight loss program. It's not a very healthy
Wouldn't recommend
one.
it.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't
recommend it. It's not sustainable. But, yeah, it's definitely not worth it for all the symptoms and craziness that we had.
So here's the big question then, because you are unvaccinated, correct?
Correct.
As am I. Would you, because you are unvaccinated, you got the raw dog, just hardcore coronavirus, probably the Delta variant, you just
right.
Would you recommend the vaccine? It's a tough question.
As I cough my brains out.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would recommend the vaccine for anybody that wants to take the vaccine. I think it's a medical science miracle that they were able to come up with something so quickly and
thank you, Trump,
and make it available. Yes, thank you, President Trump. But I think that's awesome, and I think it's awesome that we have that available for people that want to take it, and especially the more vulnerable communities, the older folks are more susceptible to severe reactions or whatnot. Maybe the
people
vaccine
who
will
may,
help them.
or people who may not have the capabilities of going to a doctor.
Yeah.
or being able to afford the ER bill, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a great option if that's something that you're interested in. However, it's been proven, at least up to this point, even if you're vaccinated, you can still pass the virus along. Your own symptoms, like if you were to contract it again or have a breakthrough case, your own symptoms would be less severe, but you can still give it to somebody else. And if they're not vaccinated, well, they could have one of our circumstances, whether it's mild or more severe. So I don't know that saying that, well, you should get vaccinated for those around you makes a whole lot of sense if it only affects me. But that's just, my own personal opinion for myself.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and you got it pretty bad. I mean, you...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A day or two ago just started feeling better?
Yeah, only about... I'd say yesterday... Well, yeah, about 2 days ago I started to feel better. Yesterday I felt and sounded more like myself, and today it's getting better. I still have the... excuse me, I still have some of that pneumonia. But I don't think that'll go away anytime soon. I think that's going to be a process.
Yeah.
But the actual COVID and stuff, yeah, I'm feeling much better than where I was. But again, I think if you're in that vulnerable population, it could definitely be a good idea. If you're wanting lesser symptoms, that's where I'm at.
I'm, in fewer words, I'm in the same boat. I think it depends on you. If you are, if you're not comfortable with it yet, then don't get it. That doesn't feel like you, if you don't feel like you need it now, if you're a healthy individual, male, female, and you've been sick before with the cold or whatever, and you kind of takes you out for a couple days or a week at tops, and you're like, I usually quarantine or stay at home or whatever, stay in my mom's basement, whatever you do, and you come out and you're fine, you're like, I can pretty much beat anything. Then, if you don't want to get it, don't get it. Nobody should force you to get something you don't want.
Yeah.
So if you want it, great. If you don't, cool.
Well, and that's kind of the hard part right now, because a lot of companies, I think, in the hiring process are going to have to start, asking those questions and screening and, okay, well, if you're not, as a condition of employment, you're going to need to get vaccinated, or you're going to, I don't know, man. It's a crazy world that we live in right now, and getting more and more interesting all the time.
Yeah, Beatles are not right at this moment. It is not getting better all the time, but interesting is a good choice of words. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you telling your story. Thanks for letting me throw your business out there.
Yeah, anytime. I'm used to it.
You should be. Not that it's right, but you should be.
One more thing. A while back, JT, for all our listeners, JT had gotten me a coaster.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got a picture of a baby.
Hey, man. Man, that's your baby picture, man.
Yeah. It's got a picture of this baby. And it's just got this priceless face on that is looks super surprised but scared at the same time. And the meme reads, OMG, that wasn't a fart.
Oh, yeah. And that baby's got the biggest eyes.
Yeah, that right there in a nutshell describes coronavirus.
We really appreciate you joining us on these topics that we've had. So hopefully you'll come back next week and listen to us ramble about nothing again. That's what we do. Talk about nothing.
That's exactly what we do.
All right, brother man. Well, thanks for listening, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Flippity floppity.
As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
JTandDrewShow at gmail.com, or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JT Drew Show.